Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining. So it seems like I have been chasing the perfect muscle car for my entire life. You know, back in the late 60s, there was such a competition among manufacturers to make the most awesome, the most powerful muscle car. And, you know, it was culminating in, around 1970 when we had cars like the Hemi Cuda. It was just like the most fantastic cars. You know, we just never thought there'd be anything like this, and they were getting better and better. And then all of a sudden, the federal government came in and they put all these restrictions on vehicles. You know, pollution control restrictions, gas mileage restrictions, and we saw a rapid decline in the horsepower race and in great muscle cars. It was unbelievable too, sadly unbelievable, because they were getting better and better. And then all of a sudden, they had the legs cut out from under them. It was too bad. And then we went through, for the auto industry and for car guys, the dark ages of the car times, where we were getting into, four cylinders and turbos, and cars with so much pollution controls that the horsepower, even on the V8s, was just going down to nothing. It was awful. And then all of a sudden, in the, I'd say, early 90s, late 80s into the early 90s, we started to claw ourselves back with fuel injection, and then with computer-controlled vehicles, computer-controlled systems on the cars that made them perform better, gave them fantastic gas mileage, and created, very low polluting vehicles. I mean, compared to the cars in the late 60s, early 70s, you start one of those up even now that's well tuned and in great shape, and you can kind of feel your eyes watering, you can smell the exhaust. But now, with fuel injection and the great computer control systems on the engines, they're PZEVs. The new cars now are practically zero emission vehicles. And the gas mileage is fantastic, even among the most high horsepower engines. It's so much better than it used to be. So, as we approached the new Renaissance period for muscle cars, it was just so fantastic. And in 2015, actually late 2014, when they announced the Hellcat, I had to run to the dealer on day one when the order banks opened, and I ordered one. And I had one of the first ones in early 2015. It was just a fantastic, exciting time. And there's still been an unbelievable competition. The great thing about free market competition, cars have been getting better and better and better. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Again, the federal government, not just the federal government, the world all of a sudden sees these cars as evil, as polluters, carbon polluters, and now all of a sudden they're putting a kibosh on the most fantastic cars, as once again we head towards the pinnacle of great high-performance vehicles. And of course, Stellantis recently bought Dodge and Jeep and Chrysler, and they're a European conglomerate who are now in charge of a great American muscle car company, Dodge, and they, of course, put an end to the Dodge muscle car. 2023, as if you didn't already know, is the last year for V8-powered Dodge muscle cars. And throughout 2023, they have been making, these announcements for last call vehicles, and coming to a climax with the Dodge Demon 170, the most awesome muscle car ever made, and probably that ever will be made. It's got over 1,000 horsepower on E85 fuel, and the 0 to 60 times are under 2 seconds. It's the most unbelievable thing. So, and you know what, actually, the MSRP for a car that awesome isn't bad. I mean, it's around, high 90s to, 100,000 or in that range, just over 100,000, which for what you get is just unbelievable. You couldn't build a car that powerful for that price. So in any event, I thought I'd give my dealer a call here in Virginia. In 2021, when they announced the end of the Trackhawk, I wanted to grab one. And I called up, and the dealer had sort of an internet salesman who was dealing with groups such as Hellcat.org, which, I was a member of Hellcat.org online, and they were offering special deals. They were group buys. And I got my Trackhawk, believe it or not, under invoice, when people throughout the country we're getting them for, well over MSRP, way over MSRP, and I got it under invoice. It was unbelievable. So I thought, hey, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to see if I can get one of the most awesome muscle cars ever made. I called the same salesman. Actually, first I couldn't get a hold of him on the phone, so I emailed him. And he was quick. Within 15 minutes, he emailed me back because I'd asked him, hey, you gave me such an awesome deal with a Trackhawk, wondering if I can get a similar deal on the new Demon 170. Well, again, he got back to me really, really quick, like within 15 minutes, and he said, sorry, if you're interested in one of those, we were allocated 10 or 11, he said, and I think we have one left. So he said, if you want one, it's $250,000 over MSRP. So the MSRP is like 100 grand or more, plus 250,000. So we're talking 350,000 for the last Dodge muscle car. Now, I can just, the cars you can get for 350,000, just think about it. And now a Dodge Challenger, not that it's not worth it, but it's not, not for that kind of money. So of course that was the end of my quest for Demon 170. So, it's sad that it's come to this. It's sad that this is the end of the muscle car era, the new renaissance period in muscle cars, but it looks like it is. Although you never know, we could see what happens in the future. In any event, I just wanted to put that out there. Again, very sad. I would have loved to have had one. I'm sure many of you would as well. Many of you, I'm sure, let me know in the comments below if you had a similar situation trying to get one of these. So that's it. Thanks for joining. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and like this video. Especially subscribing helps a ton. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Take care.